You ever give a woman a compliment and it falls flat? Like you say, "You look nice," and she just goes "thanks" with the same energy she gives the waiter who refilled her water? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if I told you that with just a few tweaks in your words, you could literally make her blush, laugh, and maybe even daydream about you later? Not in a creepy way, I promise. In this video, we're diving into 8 compliments that psychologically hit different. Compliments that women actually love to hear. Not the overused copy-paste stuff, but the kind that grabs her attention and sticks in her head like her favorite song. Oh, and don't worry, no cheesy pickup lines or weird quotes from 18th century poets. We're talking real, simple, down-to-earth compliments that anyone can say. And trust me, after this, you'll know exactly what to say to stand out from every other guy who just says, "You're hot." Let's start with number 1. Embrace yourself, because this one is dangerously effective. 1. You have such a calming energy. It's actually kind of rare. Okay, let's talk about this. You're not saying she looks good. You're not talking about her makeup, her dress, her heels, or her hair. You're talking about her energy, her vibe, her presence. And let me tell you something. This compliment, it lands like a cozy blanket and a hot cup of coffee on a rainy Sunday. Women hear a lot of comments about how they look, but not many people pay attention to how they make others feel. And this one, it taps into that exact emotional frequency. You're telling her she has an aura, like being around her makes things feel less chaotic, that her presence is peaceful, that she's not just hot, but she's healing. Now that's a compliment with depth. Use it when things are chill, like you're walking, talking, sipping coffee, and you just pause and go, "You know what? You have this calm vibe that's super rare." It's like you could probably defuse a bomb just by being in the room. She'll laugh, probably roll her eyes, but deep down, boom, instant impact. Let's move on. 2. You're the kind of person people trust without even realizing it. Psychology time. Humans subconsciously trust people who are warm, expressive, and show empathy. And women, especially the emotionally intelligent ones, are very aware of the kind of presence they have around others. So when you compliment her on something like her ability to make people feel safe or open up, you're not just noticing her, you're seeing her. That's a big deal. Example. You're out with her and someone, a waiter, a friend, heck, even your dog, starts opening up to her. You just smile and say, "You ever notice how people just trust you? It's like you have this invisible sign that says, 'Talk to me, I won't judge.'" She'll smile, probably say something like, "Oh," and it'll mean a lot more to her than nice smile. Because guess what? Trust is sexy, and pointing it out, that's elite level. Ready for number 3? This one's a secret weapon. 3. The way you talk about your passions is seriously attractive. This one's fire. Absolute fire. Why? Because it connects to one of the deepest human drives, purpose. Everyone wants to feel like what they love and care about actually matters. And when someone listens, really listens, and finds that attractive, game over. So when she starts talking about her work, her art, her dream to open a cafe, or her obsession with rescuing dogs, lean in, smile, and say, "I love the way your face lights up when you talk about this. It's actually really attractive." Boom. What you're doing here is threefold. 1. You're paying attention. 2. You're validating her purpose. And 3. You're tying her passion to attraction. That's like putting jet fuel on a compliment. Bonus tip. Say this right after she talks about something that matters to her. Not while she's talking about her favorite brand of dry shampoo, but when her soul's peeking through. That's the moment. All right, the next one? Oof. This one melts hearts. 4. You make people feel important just by the way you talk to them. Let's be real. Some people walk into a room and want to be the star. Others walk in and make you feel like the star. If you meet a woman who does this, you better not let that go unnoticed. This compliment works best when you've watched her interact with others. Maybe she asked your friend follow-up questions. Maybe she was kind to the Uber driver. Maybe she genuinely thanked the barista and called them by name. That's when you lean in and say, you know, I really admire the way you treat people. You make people feel important, even in the smallest conversations. Not only are you praising her kindness, but you're also showing that you observe the little things. And women love when you pick up on the details, not just the obvious stuff. This kind of compliment builds respect. And respect, that's the foundation of something real. We still have 4 more, and I promise, they just keep getting better. Number 5, let's just say it's got a little spice. 5. You're funny, like actually funny, not the I'll fake laugh because I like you kind of funny. Alright, pause for a second. You know how everyone says, I love someone with a good sense of humor? It's practically on every dating profile like it's a job requirement. But when a woman is actually funny, like witty, sarcastic, quick with the comebacks, that's gold. The problem is, she probably doesn't hear it enough. Why? Because most people assume guys are the funny ones and women just laugh along. Let's flip that script. Picture this. You're having a conversation and she drops a hilarious line. You crack up genuinely and then you go, okay, hold up, you're funny, like dangerously funny. Like I might steal your jokes and pretend they're mine. Not only are you complimenting her humor, you're doing it in a way that's playful and authentic. You're letting her know you're not just laughing to be polite, you're laughing because she's actually got talent. And that makes her feel seen, not just for how she looks, but for the way her mind works. Humor isn't just entertainment. It's intelligence with a punchline. And when you notice it, you've just opened a door most guys don't even see. On to number 6, and fair warning, it might just be the most emotionally powerful one yet. 6. You're really strong. Not like gym strong, but the kind of strong that keeps people going. Now, let's shift gears a little. This isn't your typical compliment. This hits the soul. A lot of women go through life being the emotional rock for others, for friends, family, co-workers, everyone. They're the ones who smile through pressure, who give advice when they're falling apart inside, who make strength look effortless, but no one ever really acknowledges that kind of strength. So, when you look her in the eye, after she tells you something about her past, or how she handled a tough situation, or how she kept showing up when everything was falling apart, and you say hey, I hope you know how strong you are. And I'm not talking gym strength or fake it till you make it stuff. I'm talking real deep, I don't know how you do it kind of strong. That's rare. You've just validated something she probably thought no one noticed. That right there, that's intimacy. That's connection. That's where admiration turns into real attraction. And by the way, don't say this just to sound deep. Say it when you feel it. When she's told you something vulnerable, or when you've seen her in action holding it all together. Okay, now wipe your emotional tears because number 7, it's playful, surprising, and so good. 7. You make overthinking look kinda cute, not gonna lie. Let's be honest, many women overthink, a lot, and they know it, and sometimes they feel insecure about it. So what happens when you take one of their insecurities and flip it into something playful, charming, and even attractive? You create magic. Here's how it works. She's spiraling a little, maybe stressing over a text she sent, over-analyzing a conversation, wondering if she sounded too much. She's in her head. And you just grin and go, okay, I see you doing 75 mental gymnastics flips in under 30 seconds. Honestly, impressive. You make overthinking look like a sport. And somehow cute. That right there, that's relief wrapped in a compliment. You're letting her know, I see your chaos and I still like you. Heck, you're even amused by it. You're not judging. You're not annoyed. You're appreciating it with humor. That's incredibly disarming. She'll laugh, maybe hit you with a pillow, but internally, she'll remember that moment. You saw her flaw and found beauty in it. That's rare. And now, my friend, We've arrived at number 8, the final one, and trust me, this is the one you want to save for the perfect moment, because it has the power to stop her in her tracks. 8. You make me want to be a better man, not in a dramatic movie way, but in a real, everyday way. Okay, deep breath. This is not a compliment you throw around like free samples at a grocery store. This is a heavy hitter, a compliment with gravity. You only say this when you've really connected with her, when she's made you reflect, when you found yourself improving, being more patient, more thoughtful, more you. And when you tell her, you make me want to be a better man, you're not quoting some rom-com. You're telling her she inspires you, without even trying. You're saying, being around you makes me rethink who I am and who I could be, and that's powerful. Now, to keep it real and not overly dramatic, you can add humor to balance it out. Like I literally started drinking more water and responding to texts on time. That's character development. She'll laugh, but she'll feel it. Because women love knowing that they elevate the people around them. And when you express that, you're telling her she's not just someone you're into. She's someone who changes lives, yours specifically. Now, before you run off and start dropping these compliments left and right, let me hit you with some real talk. Compliments work best when they're specific. Generic doesn't hit. You're pretty is fine. The way your eyes squint when you laugh is my new favorite thing. That's next level. Genuine. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Women have PhDs in detecting fake flattery. Timed right. Don't interrupt her mid-sneeze to tell her she has calming energy. Read the room. And here's the wildest part. You don't need to say all of these. Sometimes one compliment, the right one, said at the right moment, is enough to create an unforgettable connection. Because at the end of the day, compliments aren't just about words, they're about attention. They say, I see you, I notice you, I value what makes you you. And that's the most captivating thing of all. So the next time you're with a woman you really like, don't just tell her she looks nice, tell her she's magnetic, that her laugh is unfairly contagious, that she turns ordinary conversations into unforgettable moments. Because when you compliment a woman's mind, soul, and energy, not just her looks, you stand out. Instantly. And guess what? She'll remember you for it. Not because you tried to impress her, but because you truly saw her. Now, if you found this video helpful, funny, or you're now rethinking every compliment you've ever given, that's a good sign. Hit that like button, maybe share it with your friend who still thinks saying, you got nice legs, is flirting, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more real, psychology-backed advice coming your way soon. Until then, compliment smarter, not harder. Peace.